Alrighty, so back on the server, and I've got a few little things that I've done previously since the last episode to catch you guys up on. I suppose, firstly and least important, we have a lava tank now. This goes like 3 blocks deep, so I think it's about 18 open blocks tanks here. And basically, they're going to be filled by 3 lava fabricators. Basically, these take 200,000 RF. And in return, they will give you a singular bucket of lava. And basically, I'm using 3 of them just to generate lava for my base whenever I need it. And that brings me over to these 2 blocks here. We have yet another magma crucible. Basically, we're automatically exporting magma blocks here to generate lava. Now, you might think this is a bit redundant. Basically, this was the setup I had at first, and then this is an upgrade. So this is what I will be using shortly. I just need to kind of make that change. But basically, the reason why I've got this block is so I can have an igneous extruder. Here we're importing lava and water in order to make obsidian automatically. It's not currently exporting purely because I've just disabled this via redstone. And there's a water end of wire, I believe it's called, just hidden away in the wall, which is supplying this with water. So basically, we now have pretty much almost infinite obsidian, I guess. I mean, while we have power, we can generate obsidian. I don't need too much. I believe I've got about 160 in the storage, and then about 60 here. I am going to automate the whole turning this on and off. Basically, you can have a storage emitter emit a redstone signal, which can turn on this import bus in order to import. I haven't got around to it yet. This is only a temporary solution because I was running out of obsidian. I actually needed this setup to make these tanks, as these tanks use obsidian. And yeah, I had other recipes needing obsidian, which we'll get into. And yeah, that's why I built that. Now you might be wondering what this little contraption is here. It's almost not worth mentioning. It's a rat cage. I actually realized you can connect these. I thought you had to keep them separate, but they actually do like a little connected texture. So I guess you can make like a little nice environment for rats, essentially. Don't know why you'd want to, but I guess it's an option. Basically, I'm on the hunt for rats. I want to get into the rats mod. I've been saying this for quite a while, almost since the server started. I wanted to get into this mod. And yeah, I made these cages before I went out on the hunt, and I'm still yet to find a single rat. In fact, the only rat I did find was with a Pied Piper, and my turret killed the Pied Piper. I tried saving the rat, but I don't know what happened to it. I think a turret made a mad trick shot and managed to kill the rat without me knowing. So yeah, I'm still on the hunt for rats. I'm keeping cheese in my inventory at all times, and then I've got this cage ready to go for whenever I do actually find one. And also, very quickly, we also have a new machine here called the sag mill. Apparently this is actually a very useful machine. I've never used one, I don't believe. I might have had one on the last server, I'm not too sure. But basically we have one of these purely to do this at the moment. I need twigs and prunings for a recipe I want to get into with open modular turrets. That was weird. Oh, okay, so it's a chance. Interesting. But basically I need this to make a new kind of chassis. So if I look up, for example, I think it's this. In order to make the soul machine chassis, you need solitude dye blend. In order to make that, you need organic brown dye. And in order to make organic brown dye, you need twigs and prunings. Sorry. I currently need 12 in order to make the slime. But basically, I've been suggested to use this recipe here and use cocoa beans instead. Yeah, I don't know why I'm not. I just don't have cocoa beans at the moment. And for some reason, decided to go to twigs and prunings method. It's proven tedious, to say the least. Now, before I go out and show you the whole turret madness that I've kind of started, I need to highlight this little thing, the ring of the flying squid. I decided to make this just now, actually, just before recording. I've been meaning to do it for quite some time. Basically helps you get away from the slime sling, and you know, this lets you pretty much go vertically up, right? It's not so good for long distances. It can only be held down for so long, but in combination with the glider, it's quite nice. And it wasn't too hard to make either. The hardest bit about making this was capturing a chicken. I don't know what it was, but I normally see chickens quite often, right? They're not that rare. Except for when I was looking for one. It was very rare. And it took me a minute to find it. I did eventually, and I got that the chicken wing ring pretty quickly. Pretty much instantly after I caught the chicken. And then the squid ring was very easy itself, because it's basically just capture a chicken, have some ink sacs, 2 diamonds, and an ender pearl, and I had all that stuff lying around. And as you guys know, there's squids right here. So yeah, it wasn't too hard to make, and I don't know why it took me so long to do it. And now that brings me over to this little contraption. Basically, I've been trying to collect wither skeleton heads for quite some time, and I believe yesterday I finally caught the last one I needed when I was hunting blaze rods, actually. And I needed the blaze rods for the lava fabricators. And basically, I decided to, you know, use some home field advantages when fighting the wither. As you guys may know, the wither will destroy a lot of blocks during a fight with it. Even destroys blocks on spawn. And it's quite a dangerous mob if you create it near some, you know, treasured buildings. Well, I wouldn't say this wooden hut is treasured, but, you know, the brick one's very nice in my opinion. And I don't want to get it damaged either way. And, you know, I didn't want to do the whole trick of, you know, digging underground and placing it down there. So I decided to use my knowledge of the shield projectors from RF Tools, and I actually set up a little cage to fight the wither in, and I did this on stream. And basically what it does is there's 2 shields to it, right? So the shield in blue is purely to stop the mob getting out, right? To stop the wither getting out. It also stops me as well going through this wall. This is pretty much needed because if I just activate this real quick, this floor is part of that same shield, and if it didn't, or if it allowed me through, I would fall through the floor here. So that's why it doesn't allow me to go through as well. But as you can see here, this shield in red is a doorway. This is purely to, you know, let me in and only me in and out. Just in case the wither gets any bold ideas and tries to slide out of here. I don't think it's possible. But, you know, just in case. And then also, you know, to stop any damage kind of coming out of this way as well. But that being said, there is an issue with it. So as I said, when the wither spawns, it will kind of, you know, potentially destroy blocks in a certain radius. I'm not sure what this radius is. But it damaged this stuff over here. It destroyed this tree a little bit and some crops around it. Which I mean isn't an issue, I didn't really care. But it did destroy this shield projector here. And I was mid-fight with the wither, and I had to rebuild this shield projector. I mean, luckily, actually, I had 2 of these ready to go on backup in the ME system. But yeah, it wasn't ideal having to run and get it and then reset up the config in this shield. Yeah, mid-fight. Luckily, the wither wasn't targeting me, wasn't trying to destroy me through these blocks. Yeah, it was a very good fight. It was way too easy though. Basically what happens is the wither turns sideways to face you, and then 2 of its heads get stuck in the force field, and it basically just can't damage you. I thought it was basically because if you see here, there's this block here, and I thought that would be key to protecting me. Basically it gives me a spot there I can stand, do damage, and ideally not take damage back. But I'm pretty sure it was a combination of that and also, you know, its heads being stuck in the force field. Also, to aid in my fight, I made a a manual shuriken, and I made it unbreakable. Yeah, I made it unbreakable, which is basically using the resistance modifier 5 times. And now it's pretty much very OP, and I can completely spam it. And the only thing I have to worry about is server lag, really, as all these entities get put into the world, because, yeah, it just doesn't break. And you can spam it, and all is good. I mean, my aiming with it is pretty bad. There we go. Yeah, very good. I would actually recommend one of these. This isn't the best material to make it out of, but it's what I had on hand when I wanted to make it. And it's very good, it does the job. It was very much helping me versus the wither in its first stage. And then my sword pretty much demolished it in the second stage. I think I did like 4 hits and it was dead. And then finally we have this turret here. I mean, it's not really doing anything. I I've got it turned off, but it will just shoot at mobs in a 24 block radius. And basically the reason why I made this was to help me should the wither escape from its cage. I mean, this was very much, you know, I was trying it out in the moment. I hadn't tried this before. I had good faith. I believed it would work. But, you know, there was a chance the wither could escape, or, you know, it would spawn, glitch and come out of here or something. I don't know. I was going to build quite a few turrets. I was going to build like a rocket turret and such around here, just that if the wither gets out, then, you know, the turrets will kill it. Hopefully it was the idea. Anyway, in the end, it was taking too long, as I said, with the whole chassis I needed for the tier 4 turret base. So in the end, I placed this here. I already made it. I already did it for the quest. With the, yeah, I already did this quest here. Yeah, so I just placed it here, and I mean, it was interesting. I watched it kill a lot of mobs coming from the nether, and it actually killed a Pied Piper as well. But yeah, it was a nice little turret. Not really doing much, but I will definitely be seeing where this mod goes. I very much do like this mod, and I'm liking how you can control it with redstone, I believe. And I'm going to see what kind of, you know, plugins Open Computers has for it. And yeah, I'm going to try and do a few cool ideas with these. And sadly, guys, that will bring me to the end of this video. Haven't really done too much. The wither was the main focus. And as you guys might know, it takes some time to track down the skulls to fight the wither. And then also I had to, you know, set all this up. And ignore the janky looking cable. I will tie this all up. I'm probably even going to move it. I don't know if I'm going to keep this set up. I might put it elsewhere. I did talk about plans for like a coliseum, like a little fighting area nearby where I can fight mobs in. And the idea being is, you know, the surrounding environment will be protected by these shields. Maybe even use the shields to start doing damage, which I know is possible. But yeah, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Are we gonna play now? Ready for the show? I'm about to take down, you already know. Get the fuck out of my face now, yeah, you gotta go. Man, I'm on the chase now, leave me on my own. I got a chance to break now.